Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Drew.
And welcome to Herd Showcase. Coming to you from our bedroom. So we have some
Disney art.
some really awesome Disney art here that hangs over our bed.
We'll do a version of my Disney crib at some point.
Yeah!
Film all the obscure Disney stuff in our house. That will take an hour and a half.
Yeah. So, wow, we didn't make a video last week. We meant to, and probably a good thing that we didn't, because even more news has been reported.
Oh, yeah.
So...
breaking news today.
Yeah, well, let's start with last week's. Last week's, it was information about Epcot's longest... their longest festival yet, which is Taste of Food and Wine, which is going to be
and then,
the day it opens, July 15th
all the way to November.
November.
Think, yeah. And it's also going to combine Flower and Garden.
Yes, because some of the topiaries are left over from
the closure.
The closure, because Flower and Garden never actually got to happen.
Merch
and then both. Yes, merch from both. That's right. Going along kind of with that, which was honestly shocking, but also not shocking at the same time, was Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is being canceled this year. H2O Glow Nights and Mickey's Not So Scary. No word has been said on the Christmas party yet.
Let's be real. But
it probably... I'm sure they'll put the decorations up still.
Yeah, well, yeah. But they're not going to do the parades or the fireworks. It's not the right time, especially with Florida's cases going up. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see that come out soon.
Oh, the Eat to the Beat concert series is also canceled this year. But
they're doing like local, well, not local, but the normal park performers.
Yeah, the normal park performers will do a lot of performances. So the mariachi band in Mexico, the Jammers. Voices of Liberty, I believe, was another one that was mentioned.
Yeah, so there's something going around.
Yeah, so like for Christmas time, word hasn't been said on Candlelight Processional.
Yeah, I wouldn't bank on that either.
Yeah.
What else did they say? They did announce the parks opening. Most of the attractions are going to be there.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
They also said they're doing like random character parades.
Yes, I heard something about that.
Which is interesting.
They'll be popping in and out in like different unexpected places and ways.
Down Hollywood Boulevard, on the boats,
on the
the Kingdom and the rivers, which is kind of cool.
Down
Main Street Route and the World Showcase Promenade.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of cool, honestly, especially without being able to do the regular meet and greets as usual. So, on to this week's big news that was released earlier today, which no one saw coming at all.
No, it's,
which, honestly, I thought it was a rumor when you texted me about it.
Yeah, it was a big rumor for a couple of weeks, and I put really no thought into no really any attention to it.
And that's the news that Splash Mountain is getting redone into Princess and the Frog. At first, we were like, no, absolutely not. You can't do this, Disney. How dare you? Because it's such
I still kind of feel that way.
Yes, but because it's such an iconic ride, and it literally has, like, one of the national anthems of the Disney parks. However, in light of recent activity, recent protests, recent things...
I'm going to stop you there. They said that this wasn't planned for well over a year.
Yes.
I take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, it honestly has probably been in development back and forth, should we not, for a few years. My theory is
it was planned a year ago, but they scrapped it, probably due to some sort of budget thing, because they're always slashing because of budget. Insert social problem in the country that warrants this. Now, you pulled it out of your back pocket to do it. I'm really conflicted.
We're so torn.
I'm more conflicted on this one than I was with Tower of Terror going away in Disneyland.
And we're way more than with Frozen because we're still salty about that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was really I wasn't torn on those two at all. But this one, to Maggie's point, it does have the national anthem of Disney, one of them.
With the song Zippity Doo Dah, obviously, if you had no idea what we were talking about.
I think every time they re-theme something, they put Easter eggs from the old attraction. So if you're doing Princess and the Frog, I would put money on it. Brer Frog is going to show up.
To be.
I also think that they're going to find a way to incorporate Zippity Doo Dah into the ride.
You would hope so, because, like, yes, so the ride is, if you don't know this, which very few people, I feel like, wouldn't know this, the ride of Splash Mountain and the story of Splash Mountain is based off of Song of the South, which was
filmed at a different time.
Yes, a very different time, to the point where Disney will not ever release it in the United States.
For my wrestling fans that watch this, they Chris Benoit.
Basically, yes.
Song of the South. Yes. Minus Splash Mountain. Mm-hmm. You know, you can buy the Brer Rabbit plushie. You can buy the Funko Pops of the ride. I Survived Splash Mountain t-shirts, which is a rite of passage for a lot of us. So that's why I'm torn. It was a rite of passage for me.
It's a rite of passage for many kids growing up. You're finally tall enough to board that log flume, that log raft, and go down into the Brer Patch. It's a rite of passage, and I'm sure it still will be in its own way. I'm sure, especially. I'm a big fan of Princess and the Frog.
Oh, I am too. And
I am a big fan.
I mean, obviously, there's a climax to Splash Mountain now where you're going up that hill and you have the vultures basically heckling you.
Yes.
I just have a really cool vision of what the heck were they like?
The
statues,
totems,
just that bum 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 bum.
Are you ready?
As you're going up.
Yes.
So that would be cool.
That would be amazing with like black lights and
just sensory overload.
Cool.
Really, so that's how I envision it, and all that's cool. You know, I'm a huge fan of Princess and the Frog. I think they can theme it really well.
Yes,
this one hurts.
It does. This one will take a lot of time.
This one hurts worse than Great Movie Ride hurt.
Yes,
Great Movie Ride hurt a lot.
Great Movie Ride hurt a lot.
But yeah, I'm torn on Princess and the Frog. I'm sure it's going to be lovely. And at least it actually belongs in that park, unlike Frozen, which has no business being in Orlando.
Yes, that was my other big thing was when I first heard the thought was, of course, mind racing, like, is this going to work in theming? Because they are doing it in Disney World and Disneyland. Yep. So in Disney World, it will be going into Frontierland, where Splash Mountain is now, obviously. And I think it works because most of the movie takes place in the bayou.
I think it's a stretch. But
it is a bit of a stretch.
If that's the stretch you have to go to make it work, then that's what you got to do.
But yes. But honestly, I can't think of anything else that's relevant today.
Unless you took it out of Fantasyland somewhere, which I don't know where you would do that with, unless you did Small World.
Then you would have to build an entirely new thing.
Yeah.
And
so there's only one place for it to go in that park, in both parks, really.
Yes.
And then Disneyland's in Critter Country.
I think that works.
And it's right next to the Haunted Mansion, which is in New Orleans Square. To me, it always felt weird going to Disneyland and going, oh, look, the Haunted Mansion. Oh, and there's Splash Mountain. Yeah. Like, that never really worked for me, but now there's that transition of New Orleans Square goes into the bayou, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with it. More okay with it in Disneyland than I am in Disney World, but...
I honestly don't know what else
here's a fun fact. It's 2 different rides.
What do you mean?
It's 2 different rides. One is considerably longer
than
the other.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Yes, the one in Disney World is much longer and slower. And
so how does that work now? Do they sync it? And if they do that, how do you sync it?
I don't know.
So it'll be interesting to tell that one. One other thing. They were talking on one of the sites we follow. Are they going to do any farewell merch for Splash Mountain, or are they going to kind of sweep it under the rug, a la Chris Benoit?
I think they're going to do merch. They're going to get as much out of it as they can.
If they do merch, they'll make a killing on it.
Absolutely.
Because this is... I don't think, because of the political, social issues, that this is happening in between. This is more divisive than Frozen going into Norway.
Yes.
And we can argue maybe it shouldn't be, maybe it should be. You know, a lot of kids don't know this story because, again, it's been Chris Benoit from our memory.
It doesn't exist. We've never seen it. You literally can't find it. We have scoured the internet besides, like, pirating it, which is illegal.
You can pirate it, and it is watchable in Europe. You can find it, but it's not available here for a reason.
It's just not a good part of history.
But it is a part of history, so.
I suppose.
Again, it's a really divisive thing. Yeah. If they wanted to put merch out, they'll make a killing on it.
Yeah.
And I think they will because that's Disney. They're going to need to recoup some money.
That, and I think that this is such an iconic ride that they can't just... let's change it. Like, Maelstrom was a good ride, but they didn't have any farewell merch because it wasn't like...
it's not an e-ticket ride.
No, exactly.
Splash Mountain's an e-ticket ride.
Splash Mountain is... And Splash Mountain is such an iconic ride, an iconic part of the Disney parks that they are going to want to give it a good farewell. And keep in mind that, yes, this news broke today. It's not going to be happening for a little while.
No, they can't.
They can't just change. They're magic. They ain't that magic. They can't just change it overnight.
What are they going to call it?
I don't know.
Because you have... It has always been the trifecta of mountains. Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Are you going to call it...
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Bayou Mountain? Are you going to call it... Tiana's Mountain? I don't know. I don't know what you're going to call it. But I sincerely hope that they keep Zippity Doodah involved somewhere in this.
I just had another thought, too.
And they name it with a mountain, because it deserves to be a mountain in Magic Kingdom.
I just had a thought. Because what other news broke not too long ago was that they might be scrapping the DVC resort. Oh, yeah,
Reflections of Disney, whatever it's called.
Yes, Reflections of Lakeside Resort, which is not a very good name.
It sounds like, sorry, I'm not going to say that.
No. But that restaurant was supposed to have a Princess and the Frog themed restaurant.
Yeah, I mean...
So, I don't know if that's... It's probably coincidental, but...
I'm all for knocking down Liberty Tree Tavern and putting in Blue Bayou, just saying.
Yes! Do it!
Yeah, but we'll see.
Do it, Disney! Gumbo!
Yeah, nothing says hot Florida summer like gumbo.
You know what? You can...
Yeah, well...
Blink.
But yeah, so I don't know if there's anything in that. There might be... That they're going to scrap that DVC resort. Do we really need another DVC resort? Coming from people that are already DVC, do you really need another one? Yeah, so that was it. The two big stories.
Yeah.
I think there'll be more, honestly.
I just thought of another big story.
What?
Disneyland is actually holding off on reopening.
Oh, yeah, they did announce that. They said... From what I've read, it's not because of the spike in COVID in California. It's that the governor never approved the plan for theme parks to reopen.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't follow Disneyland. I'll put my hands up and say I don't follow Disneyland as much as I do Disney World. There's probably a little bit of both in that. The cases have gone up. But Disneyland is not reopening.
Not yet.
But Disney World is
do they have a date?
Sometime in July. Like mid-July. But Disney World is still going on ahead so far. Actually, let me just...
Shanghai's still going strong. They're doing a good job.
We'll just check real quick, because as I'm talking, I'm sure there'll be something.
Didn't somebody else, or something else, was it Disneyland Paris?
Yeah,
that announced their date?
Yeah, they're opening. France is going really well. New store coming to Disneyland.
Speaking of new stores, the new store the new
cookie place,
bakery. Yes, Gideon's.
Yeah, the cookie place.
Need.
Yeah, there's nothing
Those
new.
cookies look so good.
There was a draw a castle with an Imagineer.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, from the Parks blog, we're thrilled to share that Splash Mountain at both Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World will soon be completely reimagined. Yep. Just for the statistic part of my brain, 2,600 people have put the Facebook "I'm angry" page.
I'm angry.
Which is still quite a minority compared to the people that have hearted it and liked it. Yeah. So, I think again, trust the Imagineers, trust the process.
Yes.
I know I'm gonna be salty about it. I was salty about a lot.
Yeah.
but Mickey's Runaway Railway looks really good. We've ridden Frozen. It's good.
Frozen's good. That's the thing about Frozen. We have no problem. It's an awesome ride. It's great. The animatronics are incredible. It does not belong in World Showcase. Now, if you were to change Three Caballeros to Coco, which we're still waiting on Disney, Can we
get that one?
That would work because it's actually based off of real culture. It's set in Mexico in modern times.
Arendelle does not exist, guys.
Yes, Arendelle's not a real place.
It's based off of Norway, but it does not exist.
Yes.
No, I think at this point we've covered everything we needed to say.
I think so. We already covered Disney World reopening and how we felt about that. Yeah.
Yeah, still no word on anything for the 50th.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing on the 50th yet.
Yes.
I still am holding my stance of I'm not going to go for a while, but we'll see how it goes. I know a couple of friends of ours are going to go, so I'm curious to hear how it goes for them, how it works out.
Oh yes, let us know if and how you did with reservations.
Oh yeah, that. Oh no, it didn't crash. According to a Disney spokesperson,
it didn't crash, but it definitely did.
It was supposed to be for the people that had a reservation that was modified or impacted by COVID, and that's why the normal population couldn't get on. So Disney said about 10 hours after the fact, but. That's typical Disney. If you've ever done Shop Disney on a product launch, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But that's all for now, I think. We're about 20 minutes into the video. So.
And I'll cut it down and stuff, too.
So we'll leave it there. But just to recap, Disneyland is delayed. Disney World is still opening. No Mickey's Not So Scary. No Eat to the Beat. No H2 Glow. But an extended food and wine, which is cool.
Yeah, I bet that would be awesome. And it's... the other thing we didn't say about that was they're spreading it around the whole park.
Yeah, it's going to be around the whole park.
So it's not just a World Showcase. It's spread out to accommodate social distancing. Social distance. Which would be really cool. I bet that'll be really neat.
Yeah, for the whole 10 people that get to get in the park and say it.
That's
another thing. Did we ever say in the last video? No cultural representation in World Showcase?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, no cultural representation in World Showcase. So,
as of now,
fill out your passports. They're all going to be like, "Hey, I'm Dave."
I'm
also from America.
It's honestly, it's because they haven't quite been able to.
Oh yeah, there's so many travel restrictions.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. So it's going to be weird for a little while, but I think they had started putting out like hiring or hiring stuff for some of the countries.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's a matter of time.
Yeah,
you got to think the countries that got their stuff under control, which is honestly most of Europe at this point, will be back. I don't think China will be back or Japan. We'll see. Something to watch.
Oh, something else. Spaceship Earth is not closing for the refurb yet.
I think it's still going to happen. I think it still needs to happen.
Oh, yeah. It definitely is. It definitely will. And they have said
that. Thing that stinks. Here's the thing that's kind of drawing me back to wanting to go.
Yeah.
Now I want to say goodbye to Splash Mountain. Now I want to say goodbye to Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want to try to fight this reservation system, social distance, wear a mask, blah, 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 insert all these things here, just to say goodbye to 2 rides I've ridden 1,000,000 times?
Yeah.
You know, it's...
Well, again, Splash Mountain, it hasn't been given a date yet.
No, but it's going to take...
It's going to take time for that.
A long time.
Spaceship Earth probably will take a hot minute, too. It was supposed to be done... What was the original closing date?
May?
I think so. It was like mid-May, early June, but they decided...
It was closed. It was supposed to close while the parks were closed.
Yeah.
And they decided to not do it.
They decided, I think last week.
Still no word on Space 220 either, by the way.
Yes. I'm sure that'll come out soon.
I mean, I think the whole concept of Space 220 is throwing social distancing out the window because you have to ride this elevator to simulate going into space in the close quarter. So, I don't know how they're going to do that and make it social distanced and physical distance or whatever the world they call it now. But
it's gonna be dodgy for a lot.
I just like
a while.
I just like to see the menu. I'm curious.
Right.
But yeah, that's really all we have right now.
Yeah.
But, watch this space. We're gonna try to get better at this. I promise.
Yeah.
We do have a vacation coming up though.
Yeah,
So
I think we mentioned that in our last video.
But we're gonna be on the beach.
Yeah.
In the Outer Banks in North Carolina, Bulkhead Island.
We're going to do our second of our 3
Run Disney 5Ks.
Run Disney 5Ks.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna do that. Challenge. And I promise we'll come back and say hi from the beach. When,
yes.
When we're sober.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I think so.
Next time.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Drew.
And TTFN. Ta-ta for now.